confirmed the apostasy of the Jewish nation. You will see there that he called the temple your house, not God's dwelling. It was reminiscent of Jeremiah's day. Jeremiah in his temple sermon addressing apostate Israel. Has this house, which is called by my name, become a den of thieves in your eyes? Behold, even I, the Lord, have seen it. Jeremiah 7:11. The temple buildings were dead stones of a dead religion, Judaism. They had no room for the true, living cornerstone, Jesus, their Messiah, and salvation through him. Psalm 118, verse 22, the stone which the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone. Judgment was coming, and then spiritual restoration in a future messianic kingdom. Matthew 24 and 25 is called the Olivet Discourse. It's also found in Mark 13, 1 to 32, and Luke 21, 5 to 33. It was spoken by Jesus in private to his disciples from Mount Olivet. And Mount Olivet is just east of Jerusalem and the Jerusalem temple. Across the Kidron Valley, then you would go on Mount Olivet to the east. The near theme of the Olivet Discourse is the Jerusalem temple destruction. And the far theme, the overriding theme, is the second coming. You'll notice in verse 3, the word coming, that word in the Greek is parousia. We will define that more shortly. There is no rapture in this final discourse of Jesus. 1 Thessalonians 4, 13 to 18. And I repeat that again. There is no rapture in this final discourse of Jesus. Just as the Old Testament prophets had no realization of a first and second coming of Jesus, first the cross and then the crown, so New Testament disciples had no realization of a twofold second coming. First, Jesus coming in the air, rapture for his church saints, and then later on the land then to overcome the unbelieving world and to establish his millennial kingdom. Chapter 24, verses 1 through 44 testify events that occur on the earth during the 7-year tribulation. And that word tribulation there comes from verse 8, the beginning of sorrows. The beginning of sorrows in 1 Thessalonians 5. Daniel 9, 24 to 27 details a 7-year tribulation there in the course of human history. That's followed then by Jesus' return and establishment of his millennial kingdom. Jesus' discourse here, sermon, grew out of the disciples' anxieties about the future temple destruction as expressed in their questions in verse 3. When we look at prophecy, prophecy is foretelling the future. It is unique to Christianity. Many times you've heard that over this pulpit over the years. The Bible, as the time it was written, 2/3 of it, or 3/4 of it, was prophecy, detailing events that would come to pass in the future. God's foreordained will would come to pass in actual time. In Isaiah